Hi everyone, my name is Nelson Thomas and you are watching the Change Agents TV. Today's episode is all about financial empowerment. I have been uploading videos related to life encouragement and spiritual encouragement, but today I will be doing series of videos that will empower you financially, not just spiritually but also financially. The truth is, we are not forever employees. It's great to be an employee, but we should start seeing ourselves to be an employer, to be a business owner, and to be a good steward of what God has given us, to show the potential and gifts that God gave us through business. And why not through a digital way? Because the truth is, whether we like it or not, we are now in the digital generation. Everything is online. Lahat ngayon pwede natin gawin online. You can do your banking online. You can order food online. So really, we are in the digital generation, in an online generation. And today, in this video, I will be sharing some insights and knowledge on how you can maximize the digital platform, the digital business, on how you can start your own online business, digital business. So I hope you will like this video and it will bring encouragement to you, to your friends, to your family, and to everyone. I hope this will be an encouragement for everyone. Thank you very much, and let's watch this video. God bless everyone.
Hi everyone, welcome to this webinar. Thank you again for joining us today. It's a pleasure to be with you today. I really appreciate your presence today. Thank you for joining. And this webinar is about investing in your future. Are you ready to invest in your future? So the topic for this free webinar, it's free. It's absolutely free. We're talking about maximizing the digital business. How we are going to maximize the digital business. Okay, so we're focusing on the digital business. My name is Nelson Thomas, and I live here in Vancouver, British Columbia, and I have been working as a CPA, certified public accountant, for over 11 years now. So I have been involved in different finance. I have been involved in finance for so many years, and as an accountant, I've learned some ways on how you can invest. Okay, but today's webinar, the goal is to share you knowledge, because we believe knowledge is power. So my intention for you today is to share some knowledge to you that I've learned in my profession on how you can invest. Okay, and on how you can invest. That's basically the goal. And at the end of this webinar, I hope I will be able to help you to rearrange your goals and to set your priorities in life. Because now, this time, especially in our current situation, when there is pandemic or whenever there is economic crisis, we have to have our plan B. We have to have our other stream of income, and we are not forever employees. That's absolutely for sure. I'm not forever employees, so I decided to venture out to a digital business. Okay, but before we actually go into dig deep into the digital business and how you can set up your online business, how you can start your digital business, let me tell you about, first, we can start with this famous quote from Dr. Miles Monroe. He said, your job is, hold on a second. Okay. Your job is what you have trained to do, but your work is what you were born to do. Your job is your career, but your work is your life assignment. So really here, your job right now is not your work. You're working in your job, whatever job you have right now, that is not your work. because your work is your life assignment. Okay? Your work actually begins after 9 to 5 or whatever is the office hour that you're working with. Your work begins after your office hour. Your work is your life assignment. And your life assignment is tied with your purpose in life. Your purpose is tied with your gift. And then your gift will make room for you in this earth. So really your work has something to do with your gift. Okay? Regardless of the economic crisis, regardless of pandemic, you don't lose your work. It means you don't lose your gift. You may lose your job, but you don't lose your work. Okay? I think that's a good way to start this webinar. Okay, why you are here in this webinar? Is this really for you? Maybe. Maybe you're looking for another stream of income. Maybe you want financial freedom. Maybe. Maybe you have big dreams like me. I have big dreams. I'm dreaming of like putting up my own Filipino restaurant in the future, and that's possible. I'm dreaming of, it's a fine dining, sophisticated Filipino modern restaurant. I'm also dreaming of having my own gas station or putting up or getting a franchise of my own gas station. So those are my dreams. I'm dreaming of having my own farm, where I can have vacation and just do the simple life and have the fresh air, live the simple life. So those are my dreams. Maybe you have, I think for sure you may have dreams as well, just like me. Or maybe you want to change your life. Absolutely. Maybe you're tired of investing. Maybe you're into investing already, but you're tired of investing in a small capital. And then the recovery of returns is very long. It takes you years and years for you to recover your capital, right? Or maybe you want to be your own boss. That's me. Yeah, I want to be my own boss. Maybe you want to travel free anytime you want. Yeah. Or maybe you want to spend more time with your family. That's me. Are you struggling to pay your bills and never having enough? Maybe you're just living from paycheck to paycheck. Maybe. Or maybe you miss your job right now. Maybe just because of the paycheck. So these questions this may be one of you why you're here in this webinar. Okay, but perhaps, yeah. Okay, let's deal with investments. How can you invest? There are several types of investment. This webinar will discuss about more on investing in your future. But before we delve into investing, how you can invest in your future, I would like just to give you some tips on ideas on how you can invest. There are so many ways how you can invest. You have real estate, stocks, and so on and so forth. Okay, so these are the list of investments that you can take advantage. Right now that are available in the economy and in the market. So let's start with the real estate. Everyone is familiar with real estate. You can buy a piece of land, buy a piece of property, make it a condominium or make it an apartment for rent, or maybe you can buy a piece of land in certain country, and then you can resell the land when the economy surrounding that property becomes becomes stronger. For example, you bought the property for just $10,000, and then there's a month after, a big shopping malls was erected in close to your property. So that shopping mall wanted to buy your property. So you bought it for $10,000, and because they're putting up a shopping mall beside you, they're buying it for you on $100,000. Wow, you have an income of $90,000. So that's good. That's real estate. or you can do apartment. Okay, that's also one thing. But normally real estate needs a lot of money, a lot of capital for you to do that, and it takes years and years for you to recover your capital. Okay, but that's good investment. I'm not against with real estate. Okay, and second one is the stocks. If you're familiar with stocks, stocks actually, when you bought a stocks or shares of a company, you became owner of that particular company. Okay, so there are so many companies worldwide um, that are listed in the stock exchange. So it means if the company is listed in the stock exchange, their stocks are being owned by the public. Okay, so if you decided to buy a stock of a certain company, for example, Jollibee, everyone is familiar with Jollibee, or maybe let's say, what's the best example? Let's say Jollibee. Okay, it's a famous fast food chain in the Philippines. So if you buy stocks of Jollibee, you're actually becoming an owner of Jollibee. You're one of the owners of Jollibee. So you can call yourself as one of the owners of Jollibee because you own a stocks. Although it's minority because it's not that much, you don't have that majority shares, then it's fine. You're still part of the ownership of Jollibee. So that's how it goes. The disadvantage, the hint with stocks is that when you invest in stocks, your return of capital will depend on the growth of the company and the economy. If the economy is going down, the stocks will be affected. Businesses will be affected. If the economy is going up, of course, it's the same way. It will go up, it will be affected. So your investment, the return of your capital, the returns in terms of dividends and the increase in the share price of the stock would depend on the growth of the company and depends on the economy. Okay, so it's risk, based on risks. So when you invest on these types of when you invest in these types, you'll have to consider your risk appetite. When we say risks is a negative word, if your risk appetite is higher, then you are called risk taker. Okay, but if your appetite on risk is low, you would not invest in this such kind of market because it depends on. Okay, and we also have fixed income. These are corporate bonds, treasury bills, government notes. These are fixed. This is absolutely for low risk appetite. If your appetite and risk is low, you can take advantage of this because this is actually um, you. There is a fixed income on a monthly basis or a quarterly basis or annual basis that you can get regardless of the economy. Okay, so you can take advantage of that. Same thing with trust fund, mutual funds. Most of the commercial banks, majority of the banks in the Philippines and even in worldwide, globally, they offer this kind of investment: fixed income, trust fund, and mutual funds. Okay. Good thing with mutual funds is that your earnings or the return of your capital will depend on the management of the fund itself. So these funds are being invested into another securities, which if they are being mismanaged, then your earnings will be affected. But if the investment portfolio of the mutual funds is performing really well, then your earnings will be affected, and that is called the net assets value. So your share on the mutual funds is based on the net assets value of the mutual funds. So if the net assets value of the fund is going up, then it's good for you. But if it's going down, it's not good for you. Okay. And then you have cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin. Okay. Bitcoin, it's good. It's investment as well, but I don't recommend doing Bitcoin personally. This is just my personal opinion. Why? Because as compared to the stocks, Bitcoin does not have market. The stocks, we have this called stock market. In every country, there is a stock market. So, like for example, when you buy your vegetable, you will go to, or your fish, you will go to a wet market. That's where you can buy them. In the stock world, there is what we call stock exchange. So, like for example, in the Philippines, we have this Philippine Stock Exchange. That's where the stock trading is happening. Okay, so that's the only legit and legal buying of stocks that you can do in the Philippines. So in every country, there is a stock exchange normally. But in cryptocurrencies, in Bitcoin, there's no market. Okay, I'm not sure how it's being done, but if your risk appetite is higher, you can go to Bitcoin, no problem. Because I know a person who became billionaire because of Bitcoin. Who he actually lives here in Vancouver, Canada, where I live right now. His name is Jim Pattison. He is a Canadian business magnate. Because of Bitcoin, he became billionaire. And then you have Forex. Forex, everyone's familiar with Forex. For example, you bought US dollar against euro. So when the euro goes up, it will benefit you. If it goes down, it will benefit you on the other way as well. Okay. So all of this real estate, all of these investments, stocks, up to Forex, as you can see in my screen, all of these are economy based and risk based. Okay. They are based on risks. They are based on the appetite of the risk appetite, what we call it. And they're also based on economy. If the economy is going down, it will somehow be affected. It's in the same way. If the economy is stronger, it will be affected as well. Even real estate, some persons are saying, I know when you invest in real estate, you don't lose in real estate because land actually don't depreciate. It actually appreciates. So when you bought a land, the value of the land always goes up. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. But when you make your land as an apartment for rent, and then there's economic crisis, and then there's pandemic, of course your tenant will be affected. And then they will not be able to pay rent, and at the end of the day, you'll be affected as well. Okay, so somehow the commonalities of these investments are risk based, okay, and economy based, okay. And the digital business, last one. What if I can tell you that if you invest in a digital business, that there is a company that regardless of there's no risk involved, you don't have to consider the economy, whether there is economic crisis or pandemic, this company is not being affected, okay. And later on in the webinar, we're going to discuss more details about how it's possible. Really, the big question right now in my mind is really, are you saying to me that there is a company that you can invest with which is not being affected by economic crisis or any pandemic? Okay, is it really possible? That's a big question for some of you. So later on we will go into find out that, okay. But here's the hint. Do not put all your eggs in one basket, okay. If you have investment, do not put all your investment in one basket. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. You may do some real estate, you can do some stocks, you can do some Bitcoin if you want, or some Forex or whatever. But the rule is, do not put all your eggs in one basket. Same thing with your savings in bank. If you have money in particular bank, especially in the Philippines, I would example, the Philippine Deposit Insurance Corporation, or the PDIC, has only 500,000 pesos insurance for your savings account. So in case the bank became bankrupt, in the Philippines, especially the rural bank, the insurance will only cover up to 500,000. So if you have money of 1 million pesos in that particular bank and that bank became bankrupt, you can only recover up to 500,000 pesos. And so you lose the 500,000 pesos. So the point here is that do not put all your eggs in one basket. Okay? I hope it's clear enough. Okay, let's continue. What if you thought about investing in stocks? So this illustration actually will have something to do with the digital business later when I discuss about close at the end of the webinar. The reason why I'm showing this illustration of investing in stock market, I have to compare this to earning in a digital business later in the webinar. Okay. For example, you have money. This illustration is worth $500. Okay, or 25,000 pesos. So if you have $500 in your pocket and you want to invest in the stock market, you can go ahead. You can do that. If you're at age 25, for 40 years, your $500 will earn a total of 543,000 pesos, or equivalent to 10,860 US dollar in 40 years. Imagine, in 40 years. And that is, if not, you did not, this illustration is on the assumption that you only invested $500 one time for 40 years. You did not add anything to it, okay? So if you're age 35 and you invested $500 for 30 years, you'll get 4,300 US in 30 years. Wow, 4,300. And then if you're at age 45, you invest in 20 years, you'll get 2,320. And then at age 55 for 10 years, you'll get 1,000. Imagine. I'm just showing this, the idea of investing in the stock market in a simple way. This is just a simple example showing that if you're not expert in doing stock trading and you're just a long-term investor, you don't really trade on a daily basis, you will feel the return of your capital years and years and years. Okay, you will get the returns of it years and years, and if you get the return, it's very small and it depends on how much you invest. Okay, so that's the simple illustration for stock market. Okay, so here's a saying: never start a business to make money. Start your business to make a difference. That's according to Maria Forleo. So when you start a business, you should be making difference. So it would not make sense to you right now, but later in the webinar, I will tell you how it will make sense for you. Okay, before we go on to the digital business, because our topic for today is maximizing the hold on a second. Sorry, somebody's calling. Before we discuss the digital business in a deeper way, let's start with tangible business first. Okay, when I say tangible business, is the physical business, like for example, restaurant. A business that you can see. It means a business that is not online based. Okay. In this example, I would give you franchise. Everyone's familiar with franchise. Franchising, it's a way to go right now because everything is there. Everything about the agreement, about how you're going to sell the product, how you're going to market, how you're going to make your business grow. It's all about franchising. You don't have to think, you don't have to set up on your own because it's already set up. All you need to do is to use the name of that company and you're good to go. But in a normal example, for you to have a tangible business, these are the things that you need to do. Okay, you need employee and manpower. Of course, you need manpower to do your business. You need sales agent or broker. You need inventory. You need to monitor um, the stock, the inventory. Okay, um, you need to buy a building to do your business, or maybe if you cannot buy, you need to pay a rent. Okay. Also, in some businesses, you may have to comply with regulatory requirements. In some, for example, if you're putting up a fast food chain, you'll have to comply with health and sanitary requirements. Okay. If you're putting up a gas station, you have to comply with environmental requirements, making sure that your gas is not leaking. Okay, because it will affect the environment. So those are just a simple example of the complex regulatory compliance that you have to comply with when you put up your business. And then another thing is, normally when you put a tangible business, it normally involves large capital. Okay, put using having 1 million pesos in the Philippines, you can do a business for that, but you need more than that for you to really say that you're doing business in the Philippines. Okay, normally it's longer ROI. ROI means return of investment. You will recover your investment longer. It will take you years and years. So in other words, when you put up your own business, your tangible business, these are the things that you need to consider. These are the hustle and bustle, we call it. Hustle and bustle, okay? If I can word that. The question is, if you want to avoid hustle and bustle, why not venture into a digital business, an online business, okay? Why online? I mean, we are in the digital generation today. We are in the internet age, okay? Everyone is using internet. Almost everyone is using social media, okay? Just in 1960s, internet started just actually by way of sharing information. So there are government researchers in 1960s that, of course, did their research. Um, so what they did is they used the internet to transfer the information, the research that they did to the government in the US. Okay, that's where the internet started. And now, going fast forward in 2020, in this year, the economy is forced to take advantage of the internet to survive. And that's true. Really, the businesses that are surviving today in 2020 are those businesses that are able to shift their operations from the field to the internet. Okay, if the business does not have the capacity or capability of doing their business online, then they're being affected by this pandemic, by this economic crisis. So really, you can only survive at this time with this situation if you are leveraging in on the internet, on the digital platform. Okay, and that's the reality. The internet is still young, although it started in 1960s, but it's still young, and it's emerging fast. That's why we have to take advantage of the internet, the digital generation, because it's emerging fast. It's young, but it's emerging quickly, and we have to take advantage of it. Okay, the question is, how are we going to take advantage of the digital business? Okay, why work online? As we've said, the internet is still young but emerging quickly. You can spend more time with your family when you work online. You have more time, more money to do things you want. When you work online, you need a nest egg to retire and secure your future. When you work online, you have an automated business system that is ideal for anyone who doesn't have a lot of experience with business because it's automated. Once you know how to do it, you're good to go. Why work online? Because when you work online, when you take advantage of the digital platform, you'll be able to work smarter and not work harder. Okay. Um, there's nothing wrong with working hard. That's fine. I'm working hard. Yeah. But if there's a way that I can work smarter, I would choose to work smarter. Okay. And in digital business, in online, you can do that. We can do that. Okay. All right. So I'll show you some. These are the persons that are actually billionaires as of today. But these are the action takers of yesterday who are billionaires of today. If you want to be millionaires of tomorrow, you have to take actions today, because your actions today will affect your future. If you act today, it will affect your future. So these are the billionaires of today. Everyone knows Bill Gates. Here, the famous Jeff Bezos. He is the CEO of Amazon. I remember there is no Amazon back in the day, but now we have Amazon right now because of Jeff Bezos. And then you have Warren Buffett, because he is good in stock trading. And we have Jim Pattison. He is known for Bitcoin. And then we have Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook. So the commonalities between these men are actually one thing. They took advantage of the digital world, of the online platform, of the digital platform, of the internet. They took advantage of that. That's the commonalities with them. Okay. So what if today I can tell you that we can take advantage of the digital world, the internet? Okay, and that sounds exciting, right? Okay, when you do your online business, I'm sure every one of you would like to have your own business. It's so good to say, I have my own business. I'm managing my business. But this time you're doing it digital, okay? Digital business, you don't need manpower when you put up your own digital business. No broker or middleman, no inventory or stackings, no rent that you have to pay. It normally less capital involved when you start your digital business, and it's less hassles. No hustle and bustle, we call it, when you do your online business, because it's automated. I would say 90% automated. All you need to do is to learn how to use the system, and you're good to go. You don't have to start or put up something, because there are web-based systems that are available online that you can take advantage of. Okay, right. And normally it's shorter ROI, so you'll be able to recover your capital. You'll be able to get the return of your capital quicker than as compared to others, to the tangible business. Okay, so we're talking about this is the most important part of the webinar. We're talking about digital business, online business. So when you start your online business, you need three things: product, system, and customers. These are the pillars or the cornerstone of online business. You need this for you to do your digital business. You're not actually doing or having your digital business if one of these are lacking. Okay, you need product, of course. You need a product that people need. You need to find a way or a system how to tell them about the product. And then the third one, you need to find the right people or the customers to buy it. Okay.
Thanks for watching this video. I hope this is a great encouragement for everyone. I hope you are able to get some insights and knowledge on how you can start your own business, your own digital business, your own online business. The truth is, we are not forever employees, and so we should start seeing ourselves to be an employer. The truth is, God gave us the power to get wealth. He is the one who is giving us the power to get wealth. But we have to show our potential and gifts. We have to release our potential and gifts in order to demonstrate that power. And I hope this clip, this video, is an encouragement to you to start your own business. And I hope I will see you in my next clip, in my next video of business and financial empowerment. Just be safe, be kind, and be healthy, and God bless everyone.